Welcome back to Bold of You to Say. We're back with another episode. We bring the heat, and this week we bring the gamer news. That's right. We just got a Nintendo Direct earlier this week, and it was good. There were some good announcements, a lot of stuff that we've been looking forward to. The Advance Wars, that's a big one. You know, that got delayed because war happened, and now that we have ended all global conflict, we're allowed to play this silly little escapist kids game. And we talked about more Nintendo news. Hyperkin may not be releasing a new Guitar Hero controller for the current platforms, and that's good. That's just a good thing. So you know, thank the Lord, thank our Lord, the one true God, Jesus Christ, that Hyperkin has decided to do this. Follow me on social media. Follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Tumblr. See what I tumble. Follow my Instagram. Come see me do live comedy this Monday at the Blind Pig in Ann Arbor. If you're in the area, don't drive to it. If you're not from the area, don't. It's just weird. Don't embarrass me or yourself, frankly. Share the show with a friend, tweet our episodes, tweet our clips. Our clips channel is linked in the description. Don't follow Gavin. You know, normally we say don't follow Gavin, but I really mean it this week. He's not even here. So like, if this is your first episode, like, why would you do that? He's not even on anything. But listen, he'll be back next week and he'll tell you himself, don't follow him. Look, that's not just coming from me. It's coming from the man himself. And subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And turn on notifications for new episodes. Turn on automatic downloads. And let's it
go. It's a me, a Mario.
It's a me. But yeah, I feel like there was another thing that people were upset about with the gaming company. I don't know.
Oh.
But now that you brought up Hogwarts Legacy, don't play it.
Meta.
Don't fucking play it. Oh yeah. Yeah, Meta shut down Thrill Seeker has
or
two.
They're gonna shut down Echo VR.
Yeah. Thrill Seeker has 2 great videos on it. But yeah, basically what happened is like Meta was like, "Oh, this game that everyone loves, we're gonna shut it down because we hate you."
Because fuck you in particular.
Yeah, because fuck you in particular, and like it's not the most popular game, but it has a small.
It's the most popular. It's the most popular VR esport. That's what it is.
Yeah, and like that's something to like be top of that genre. Like it's not a big genre, but like there's a small but dedicated fan base there. And Thrill Seeker brings up the point, like, hey, you don't have to keep the servers going if it's really that much of a strain on you, Facebook company with all of the money in the world. But like, at least make it peer to peer. Right,
yeah, like that's like the least he can do. And then I think there was they mentioned something about making it open source, and they were like, oh no, we don't want to make it open source. It's like, well, if John Carmack was still there, he'd be like, okay, fuck you, we're making this open source. Because I'm not sure if you heard that. Well, I'm sure you heard John Carmack left. He's the guy. He's the guy who behind it and Doom and Quake and all the Wolfenstein, all those games.
Wasn't he also the lead dev on Virtual Desktop?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, because I remember him having some involvement with that.
That I'm not too familiar with, but so the guy the person who replaced him is an ad guy. All he does is run like the Facebook ads.
Yeah, Bosworth.
Yeah, which I'm not sure. Do you follow Thrill on Twitter?
No, I don't.
Andrew Bosworth blocked Thrill when Thrill asked him a question about, or I'd have to find the tweet, but from what I remember, it was something along the lines of, "Hey, I'm making a video about the whole thing that's happening with Echo VR. Would you like to comment?" Block.
Wow. You can't really. I don't know what you could do to make it more clear that you just hate your customers.
Yeah.
Because like you could like a gaming community, by and large, they will generally keep a game alive if you just let them. Like, all you have to do is just let them run their own servers, make it peer-to-peer, and like they'll do it. They'll do all the heavy lifting. All you have to do is just let them. And the fact that they won't just let them keep the game alive, like it really says a lot about how they operate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It seems like a lot of what Meta is doing now is I want to say, I don't know if this is the right term, but vanity driven. Like, they want to like be the people that make the most popular VR stuff, like Horizon. Like, they really like put everything into that when they already own a lot of the most popular VR apps just from acquiring them. But like, I guess they want to like be the people that made it. And it's like, just count your blessings, you know? You already have the most popular stuff. Like, why you got to screw it up?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I haven't played VR in forever, and I just feel it's just dry as of nowadays.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Maybe that's because, I don't know, I'm in my 20s and I'm tired now all the time.
Yeah, I just think
happens when you turn 20. When you turn 20, you get tired.
Yeah. Yeah, again, all the older people are listening like, we just wait until you turn 30. And then all the 40-year-olds are listening like, oh, you think 30's rough. Think 30's rough. Wait until you turn 40. And then Gandalf is listening like, you fools. Wait until your 2035th birthday.
Let's see here.
So yeah, that's all to say. Oh yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. So really quick. So are you familiar with Virtual Reality Oasis?
Yeah.
So for some reason, I thought like he would be like the most popular VR channel. No, Thrill Seeker has passed him now.
Nice. Good for Thrill Seeker.
Which is good for Thrill, because honestly, I think his content is way better than Virtual Reality Oasis. Although he does have a video up about looking at the PSVR too. So that's like
I've heard that's not doing well.
Well, it's $600, dude.
Oh, I forgot.
It costs. I don't know if it costs more than the fucking console.
Yeah, I don't know if I never learned how much it was or if I forgot how much it was, but yes, $600. That's that's too much.
It costs more than the fucking console. 2, you can't play any of the PS4 VR games on it. You have to have a PS4 VR. And 3, I
remember covering that.
Yeah, and 3. So, and this one's really obscure, but with the PSVR, you could pop in, like the original PSVR with the PS4, you can pop in like a 3D Blu-ray, and you could watch the 3D Blu-ray on the VR headset. It would have all the 3D functionality.
That's a really good use case.
You don't get that anymore with the PS5.
Jesus.
There's no 3D Blu-ray player. And for some reason, I don't know why, but like as of recently, I'd be like, it'd be really cool to have like a 3D Blu-ray player and a Blu-ray TV, or at least have like the PSVR and do like the Blu-ray.
Yeah, no, that would be a good way to keep that like alive. Because like,
I think it's still around. I think Doctor Strange, the new Doctor Strange, has 3D.
Yeah, let me Google if that is 3D Blu-ray. 3D Blu-ray dead. 3D Blu-ray isn't completely dead, it should be noted. In Germany, for instance, the format continues to enjoy some popularity, but at this moment in time, early February 2021, there's not a single upcoming release listed in the UK. All I'm seeing is like stuff from like a year or two ago.
Yes. Okay, so it looks like it's only for Japan only. It looks like. But I mean, there's options.
It seems like something weird enough for Japan.
Yeah, but I mean, there's options in there to change the audio to English and everything to English. But yeah, so on Japan, on Amazon Japan, you get this is for Multiverse of Madness. You get a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. You get a 3D Blu-ray, and you get a regular Blu-ray disc.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I was gonna say like, any enthusiast that would be interested in a 3D Blu-ray, would be more likely to opt for a 4K disc. But yeah, if it's all in the same pack, like, yeah, that's cool.
Well, I think you get to choose between all of them. That's the thing.
Those are the options.
Yeah, those are the options.
Oh.
So you get 3 discs. One of them is 4K. One of them is one of them is Blu-ray 3D. One of them is just a regular Blu-ray.
But is
disc.
that like in the same package?
Yeah, it's all in the same package. You get all 3 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so like, yeah, you don't have to choose between buying the 4K or buying the 3D release. That's decent. But yeah, the VR implementation, that would be a good way to keep that format alive at least a little bit. Because like I don't, to my knowledge, it wasn't very popular even at the time. But if you did buy a bunch of 3D Blu-rays, it would be at least nice to know that they're not complete e-waste.
Oh shit! Spider-Man: Homecoming has a 3D Blu-ray version.
Really? Is that a Japan exclusive too?
No, that's you can buy it from Best Buy for $23 right now.
Oh, not bad.
Pixels has a 3D Blu-ray version.
That surprises me a lot less.
Justice League, the 2017 version. I don't think that is that the bad version.
That's the bad one. Yeah, that's the one that's like cut together from like 2 different versions.
Dune. There's Dune.
Oh,
I think that's the newest one that I've seen so far is Dune.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah, they're still selling 3D Blu-rays, which is really cool.
But anyway, yeah, that sucks that PSVR 2 doesn't have that support. Like, is it that much?
It makes sense, though.
Is it that much of a burden for them to add support for that?
I mean, yeah, it would probably just be a software update, unless there's like some specific thing that you need to add in order to get Blu-ray, unless there's a specific laser for it to read 3D Blu-rays.
Yeah, I know there are. So I'm pretty sure there are some like hardware differences between like a Blu-ray and a 4K Blu-ray, but I don't know if that's the case for a 3D Blu-ray.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
So yeah, I don't know, that sucks. But yeah, other than that, yeah, $600. Yeah, I don't think that would do well unless it was like I feel like it's kind of between markets. Like it's not a high-end headset like the Index was at the time of its release, and it's not like the affordable option like the Quest is. So it's kind of like it's too expensive for the casual market and not powerful enough, or not like it doesn't have the features to grab people that would be in the market for a more expensive headset.
Right, yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe silver lining might be that in a couple of years you can get one used for a decent price. Because, you know, other than it being $600, like, it's not a bad headset.
Yeah, no, I mean, it looks cool. There's gonna be good exclusives for it. It's just the other thing is all those PS4 exclusive, you know, those PS4 VR games. Well, you know, they aren't able to run on it. So what are they gonna do? Oh, there's a quote unquote remastered version of it that you can pay more money for. Yeah. Just
switch to PC.
Yeah, switch to. Although you don't have the exclusives, which sucks.
Yeah, but how many PlayStation VR exclusives are left?
There are quite a few.
Because the one that I was interested in, Iron Man, it got a Quest release.
Let's see here. I'm looking through them. I'm looking through the ones that I recognize. Let's see here. Everyone's Golf VR is one of them. Let's see here.
What's that one called?
Everyone's Golf VR. Farpoint, Firewall 0 Hour. That was one. Hitman 3. Actually, no, that's on PC now.
Oh yeah.
Dreams. Do you remember Dreams?
Oh, I think isn't that the one where you can like make your own games?
Yeah, it's from the same people who made Little Big Planet.
Okay.
Blood and Truth, that's another one.
I remember
Blood and Truth was one.
If it's the same thing that I'm thinking of, I remember people like made like Avatar: The Last Airbender games like in PlayStation Dreams. Yeah, that was a popular thing.
Blood and Truth is another one that's still on original PSVR. Resident Evil 7 VR is one of them. Wipeout: The Omega Collection. So you know the game Wipeout, like Wipeout Pure and stuff like that.
I think I've seen the cover. That's about it.
It's like it's Sony's version of F-Zero basically.
Okay.
But the Omega Collection has a VR mode.
Mm.
And then the first Astrobot game, Astrobot Rescue Mission, that's a PSVR exclusive.
Okay.
So that's kind of a big one for me.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I think like the bigger ones, like the more popular ones, already got like a PC or a Quest release, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so just switch to PC VR.
Yeah,
Quest
just switch to
2 is-
PCVR, or really just get a Quest 2
Yeah,
and then
it's
get a
pretty
PC for it.
inexpensive. Yeah. But anyway, you want to get to the Nintendo Direct news?
Yeah, that happened on Wednesday, right?
Yeah. Did we know that this was coming, or was it like a stealth drop?
It was a stealth drop. They dropped it on Tuesday.
Yeah, because I had seen that there were rumors that there was going to be one, and then like the other night I was in the kitchen and I was on YouTube and it was like, oh yeah, by the way, here's a Game Boy Advance announcement for Nintendo Switch Online. I was like, what? Oh, it must have been a direct. I guess. Apparently.
Yeah, there was a direct on Wednesday. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't notify you of it. I thought I did, or I thought you would have known.
No, that one snuck by me. But anyway, so yeah, the first thing that I saw was the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games were added to Nintendo Switch Online. Yep. That's good. I don't know why it took so long.
Yeah, it shouldn't have. Let me pull up the list of games that are on there.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to go through the whole list, but
there's not many anyhow, so.
Yeah. Probably the reason why it took them so long to add it is because they wanted to like sell like the first wave of subscriptions with like the NES and the SNES games.
And the N64.
Yeah, and then the N64. Well, they probably wanted to sell people on like the first year of it, because the most price effective option is the yearly subscription.
Yeah,
because it's $20 for the whole year as opposed to like $4 a month.
Yeah.
So they probably wanted to get people in on the first year just based on like the NES, SNES games, and then get people to, you know, upgrade to the next one with all the N64 games.
Yeah. So that's the one that's $50, right?
I think it's like 35 for the year.
No, I think it's 50.
Oh man. Oh, it's even worse than I thought.
I'm pretty sure it's 50.
Yeah.
I don't have Switch Online.
Yeah, I have it. I probably should cancel it because I don't really like I've hardly ever played any Switch games online, and like I don't even
like Fortnite.
Well, Fortnite you can play that online because it's just on Epic servers.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pay for online for that. You do for Minecraft, which is annoying.
Yeah, that is pretty annoying.
But yeah, I think those are the only two games on Switch that I ever play online, and like even Minecraft, I hardly ever play that online. But anyway, yeah, they probably wanted to get people like the next year on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, and then probably now that a bunch of people's subscriptions are like about to run out and they're thinking about if they want to renew, now they're like, hey, now you can play these extremely easy to emulate games on your Switch. And I don't think they showed this until the end of the video, but the Game Boy games, those are on the regular subscription. Those are just on the $20 a year subscription.
Yes. Yep. So you can get those on the regular subscription. Game Boy Advance games, however, you have to have the $50 one, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like the reason why they also waited to do this is so I think next month the Wii U and the 3DS eShop stores are going down.
Oh yeah.
So I would recommend buying whatever you want on those shops before they do go down. Real quick here, there are some games that I do recommend just getting digitally, just because the physical versions are so ridiculously expensive. So for the US, I recommend getting Rhythm Heaven Fever. Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix that never came out in the US.
And what's that one on?
Picross 3DS. These are 3DS. Yes. Picross Round 2. I recommend getting that as well. We didn't get a physical release in that in the States. The big one is the Shin Megami Tensei games for 3DS, the Persona Q games for 3DS, as well as um, Rhythm Thief. All of those games go for like $150 plus on eBay. You can get them for like $20 to $30 on the eShop.
Yeah. Now, legally speaking, I cannot condone piracy. I think it.
Well, actually, no. It's okay. I would say once the shop goes down, it's okay because there's no way to get them legitimately.
Look,
even if you buy a physical version, Nintendo and the publishers aren't getting the money. You're buying it from a shop, or you're buying it from some asshole who jacked up the prices. So
look, if we're having a legal discussion, I cannot condone piracy at all. But if we're talking purely philosophically, which I cannot get in trouble for, this is my religion that we're talking about, and you cannot take me to court over this. Yeah, gaming is my religion. Morally speaking, philosophically, it's good. It's morally good to pirate Nintendo games.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's cool being able to play them on Switch. I see you noted they got the different display settings for the Game Boy games. That's neat. You get the original puke green. You get the Game Boy Pocket one, which I believe that's just grayscale.
Like black and white.
Yeah, black and white. And then the Game Boy Color filter.
Yep.
It's not enough to really make it worth buying the subscription if you're just doing it for the retro games, because all of the games that are on the subscription service anyway, even like the Nintendo 64 games, you can just emulate on your phone. Like I remember emulating N64 games on my phone like circa 2017.
You could, but here's the nice thing I do like about the Switch emulator is the rewind feature.
That is nice.
It is extremely nice. I played through Super Mario Brothers 2 and 3 on Switch. That rewind feature saved my ass so many times.
Yeah. No, I'm a dirty, filthy cheater myself, so I do find it very.
I have the same like philosophy as Scott the Woz. It's like I'm not playing the game to have the challenge of the game. I'm playing the game so I can play that I beat it and I have the experience of, hey, I beat this game.
Yeah. No, that is true. Yeah, unless it's like a competitive thing, like if you're not taking anything away from anyone else, fucking cheat. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares? It's morally good. But yeah, I don't know. Look, if Nintendo was acting ethically, in other words, if it was acting against its own financial interest, they should just give us the games. Just give us these old ROMs.
They should, but they won't.
Yeah, it should just be like a perk for owning the console, honestly, because it costs them next to nothing to port these.
Well, they know that people would pay for it.
Yeah, so. That's the problem. That's the problem. The unfettered profit motive ruins everything. Not to make it a discussion about capitalism, but capitalism ruins art. It just does, and everyone knows it.
Going around Twitter. I think I saw that statement going around on Twitter.
No, it's true, and everyone agrees with it. It's just I don't think a lot of people have the vocabulary to explain that. Like, oh, I don't like that they're price gouging. They're so greedy with the prices. Why are games $70 now? It's because capitalism ruins art. It just does.
Well, also games are more expensive to develop than before.
That is true. That is true, but it is also the case that if one company sees another one getting away with charging $70 for a game, they're going to try to do it too, even if it doesn't cost them more to develop the game.
Right. Let's hear it. So I want to touch on the games that you actually get with the subscription. So for the Game Boy, you get Alone in the Dark, Game & Watch Gallery 3, Gargoyle's Quest, Kirby's Dream Land, Metroid 2, Mario Land 2, Tetris, Link's Link's Awakening DX, which is interesting considering you can play the remake.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that they put that on there.
I was honestly a little surprised by that too. I mean, it's a little ballsy. I guess it shows that they have faith in the remaster.
Right. And then Wario Land 3, and then they teased these games coming out. Kirby's Tilt and Tumble. That's interesting because that uses like tilt controls. You don't really use.
Makes sense.
They would probably do like some sort of Joy-Con tilt emulation with that.
Yeah.
You have the Pokemon trading card game, and the two kind of bigger ones is The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons.
Yeah. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I recognize the Pokemon the trading card game and Oracle of Ages and Seasons from the section that's like games that we're going to add.
Yes. So, yeah. That's what I'm reading off of their site. They have like they're like coming soon.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to literally destroy Twitter, announce that you're bringing over the Game Boy Pokemon games.
Yeah, it was a big thing when they did those for 3DS. I remember.
Yeah, and another big thing, another kind of cool thing with the 3DS versions is you have the Poke Transfer and Pokemon Bank, and they would actually hook up to those games, so you can transfer them over to like the new games.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the one thing that does give them a huge leg up over like unofficial emulators, and you know, I could be corrected on this. I don't know like the exact functionality of them, but they have like integrated like wireless multiplayer for these older titles. I don't know if like emulators like just on PC or mobile have that. So that seems like a pretty big, or I don't know if it's like as seamless as that. So that's a pretty, big selling point. Like, hey, you can trade, if they were to add Pokemon to this, like, hey, you can do wireless, multiplayer, like Pokemon battles on the Switch.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there is wireless capabilities for all these emulators. So you can play Tetris with another person online.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Game Boy Advance, they have Kuro Kuronin, or as we got it in the States, it was released for the PS1. No joke, this is the name of the game, Irritating Stick.
Oh, I love that. I want a poster of that.
Let's see, we have Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, which is awesome. We're getting the Mario and Luigi games again. Mario Kart Super Circuit, Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Is this is this coming up thing, or is this like currently out?
No, this is currently out.
Oh, cool.
Legend of Zelda Minish Cap.
That's the one that I'm excited about.
WarioWare Mega Micro Games, and then these are the ones coming up soon. You have Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, Metroid Fusion.
That's a pretty big one.
That's a big one. Fire Emblem, F-Zero, Maximum Velocity, and Golden Sun. So, theoretically, you have... you can actually play through, once they release Fusion, you can play through all the 2D Metroid games on your Switch.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Yeah, they have Metroid 1 for the NES. It would be nice if they ported Zero Mission. They have Metroid 1 on the NES. Now they have Metroid 2 for the Game Boy.
For the Game Boy.
Metroid Super Metroid for
Fusion.
the SNES.
Super Metroid. Yep. Then you have Metroid Fusion. And then
Metroid Dread. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have all the 2D Metroid games, which is really good.
Yeah, I think that'll sell some people on it.
That will, for sure. Let's see here. I think so I think they did a really good job with the Game Boy emulator, because it's not just like, it's just regular Game Boy emulation. They're emulating it through, like if it was being played on the like a Game Boy player. So for example, the Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3, that has rumble support as well as an increased color palette.
Yeah. And
same with Superstar Saga, that has rumble support as well.
For anyone that doesn't know, the Game Boy players, look it up. I think Scott Stash has a video on it. Like Scott the Waz's second channel.
Maybe? I don't know.
Might be a main channel video. Either way, there's going to be videos on it. Just look up Game Boy Player. It was an attachment for the GameCube, and you could play every Game Boy game on it with some exception. Were there
You
exceptions?
can't watch Shrek on it.
Oh yeah, you can't watch any like Game Boy Advance video things. Mostly Shrek because that's the one that matters.
Yes.
But yeah,
But yeah.
it's a pretty cool thing, and it added functionality to some games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they did a good job. If they really want to, like, once again, if they want to make people lose their shit, bring over Generation 3 Pokemon games and bring over Fire Red Leaf Green.
That would be pretty big. Yeah, they maybe they'll wait until next year to do that. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I would say I saw a short video by Spawnwave. So I would say I think like 6 months ago when the last Nintendo Direct happened, when they added some games and stuff. I think the question was, now that they added, these games to the expansion pack, would you be willing to get it? And it was like 80% no and 20% yes. He redid that same poll, and now it's about a 50-50 between like, wow, yes, I would get it. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. So if they really want to win people over, bring over GameCube. Bring over GameCube, people will lose their fucking minds.
Yeah, that would be huge.
The only issue that I see, though, is every single GameCube game is about a gigabyte, like 1.5 gigabytes in size. And with these Switch emulators, if you look at it, they actually download every single ROM so you can play it on even offline.
Yeah, which makes sense. I've never seen it do I've never seen it load a game,
Right,
like
yeah, it's just instant. So that's my only worry about it.
Yeah. No, yeah, if they brought over like GameCube stuff, and even like N64, I don't know, whatever. If it's more complex,
N64.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is, for the more like complex stuff, like the stuff that like actually costs money to port, I could see that being part of a premium subscription.
Yes.
But like if it's the shit that's dirt cheap to port over, just give that like as a perk of owning the console. Because I think that might move some units if you could be like, hey, you can buy this. Games are they do be expensive, but if you buy this, you get to play every NES game and every Game Boy game. Like it's got to sell some people on it.
I mean, the thing is with the expansion pass, it's not just the emulated games that you're getting. You're also getting like expansion passes for games too. So like
that's true. Yeah. So that's two different reasons to buy it. And I'm saying like for the more expensive stuff to port, like the N64 stuff, GameCube down the line, like roll that in with the subscription because that costs money to port over.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say probably now if you're playing on your Switch a lot, and if you have like some of the games that they're doing like the DLC for, so I think it was Animal Crossing, Splatoon 2, and the Mario Kart DLC courses, and you're playing on your Switch a lot, I would say it's probably worth it about now, especially with the quality of games that they have. So
yeah.
I wouldn't get it because I have a Steam Deck. So
right, yeah. If you like know how to do emulation, which
if you know how to do emulation,
it's
which
a lot
on Steam Deck
harder
it's very easy.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to sell you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. A new Zelda trailer just dropped. That's something I'm very excited about. The Tears of the Kingdom. It's coming out, I believe, in May. So
let me get an exact date for you.
Yeah, we're about 3 months away from the release. There's been surprisingly little information on it. There's been like little bits of information floating around, like, hey, there's going to be like a sky area, which we saw in the newest trailer.
Right. May 12th.
May 12th. So yeah, just about 3 months away. Pretty much on the dot. I'm very excited for it. We got the information. We got the news that it's going to be $70.
Yep.
And it's probably an instance of price gouging because I had seen that it was like it was up for pre-order on some websites for $60. For a long time.
Very briefly, it was up for $60.
Yeah, I believe, just from where I am, I believe that it's a $60 game that they're just bumping up $10. So that sucks. But just if we're talking about like amount that you're willing to pay for that, Like, it's probably one of the few games that I would personally pay $70 for and not mind that much.
Yep.
Just because it's a big sequel to a big game. That's one of the
Mhm.
best games that I've ever played personally.
Now you can save some money if you go digital. If you have like the Switch Online, if you have the Switch Online thing, they give you, it's called these Nintendo Switch game vouchers.
Yeah, I
You
had
pay a
seen that.
hundred. Yeah, you pay $100 for it, and you get 2 game vouchers that you can use on pretty much any game to get them, and you can use those vouchers to buy it. The Tears of the Kingdom is one of them, so you can save yourself some money.
Yeah, that's a good deal if you want to go digital. I'm gonna buy a physical copy just because I
Yep,
prefer to do that. Also, it makes it so you can sell it down the line if you need to. I probably
yep.
won't, at least for a long time, but you still want to give yourself the option.
There also is a collector's edition physically.
Yeah, isn't that like
Um,
$130?
I do not know how much it is. Um, but it does come with, let's see here. It comes with the game, it comes with a steelbook case, it comes with a poster, it comes with a set of pins, and then it also comes with an art book.
Yeah, that's pretty
So,
decent.
and there's also an amiibo being launched as well with it.
Okay, maybe it's worth the price then. But yeah, I remember seeing that it's like a $130, give or take a little bit.
Yeah, let me look it up really quick and get a good idea of it.
Yeah, fact check me on that. But yeah, I see you wrote down it might be due to the game being 18 gigabytes. I hadn't seen the exact size, but I had seen that Tears of the Kingdom is going to be the biggest Switch game in terms of size.
I don't. No, I don't. It's not the biggest Switch game in terms of size. I'm pretty sure. So I thought that they increased the price due to them having to make a whole new cartridge for this, which would have made sense. No, there are 32 gigabyte Switch cartridges already.
Mm.
So like for like Doom, for example,
It's the
as well
biggest
as The
made by
Witcher 3.
Nintendo. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, it's the biggest made by Nintendo.
Biggest,
Okay.
yeah, it's the biggest first party game.
Okay. Gotcha. Um, but yeah, so that's what we're kind of thinking is of why it's more expensive is because they have to put it on a more expensive cartridge. And there was actually an interview done asking about that $70 price, and they were like, and this is what they said. They said, um, every game, our prices are by game basis, and they asked, and then they did a follow up question saying, are from now on are all new Nintendo published Switch games going to be at $70? And they said no. Like we said before, this is on a base by base basis. So it looks like it's only just for Tears of the Kingdom is going to be 70.
Yeah, I don't really buy that it's because of the larger cartridge. Because like, do we know what the raw price difference is between the different sizes? Like just in terms of producing the cartridge itself.
I do not know
'Cause
actually.
I can't imagine it being a $10 difference. Like I really just think that they're charging that much because they can, because it's the next Zelda game and people are going to pay pretty much whatever they charge.
Okay, a 32 gigabyte Switch cartridge costs 60% more than a 50 gigabyte PS4 disc.
Okay, but that's kind of apples to oranges. What's the difference between the next size down for the Switch cartridge?
Okay, so let's see. So it was coming out to like $22 to produce that cartridge versus $13 to $14 if it would be through Sony or Microsoft.
Right, but like if the price difference comes from the game needing to be put on a larger cartridge, like is there a drastic price difference between different capacities of Switch cartridges?
I would assume so. I'm not getting a great answer.
Yeah, I didn't expect the information to be that readily available, but like, yeah, I'm sure to the extent there is a price difference, I can't imagine it being that much.
Let's see here. An 8 gigabyte cartridge game card costs the same final cost as a PS4 game to produce.
Okay. So it doesn't seem like you're getting that like direct of information.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting that direct of info on it,
Yeah. So
unfortunately.
yeah, for lack of any solid information on it, I've just, this is me speculating, but I feel like if it was that big of a price difference, especially given that this isn't even the largest Switch game, there are other third-party games that are larger. I feel like we would have seen this sooner. Like we would have had another
Right.
example of a game needing to be more expensive because it's on a larger cartridge.
Right. But I mean, it does look like 32 gigabytes is the max.
Yeah. But anyway, the last thing that I'll say about the Zelda trailer, I kind of expected them to announce like a Switch Pro or a Switch 2 alongside it. Maybe they will like in the next, in the next coming months, but I kind of expect this to be sort of a Twilight Princess situation where they launch the game, or like a Breath of the Wild situation where they develop it for one console and then it ends up getting, not necessarily delayed, but it comes out around the same time that, that console is on its way out. So like Twilight Princess got developed for the GameCube, got ported to the Wii. Breath of the Wild got developed for the Wii U. By the time it came out, they were ready to put out the Switch, so they just put it on both. I kind of expected that with this. I expected, because, it is supposed to be sort of a step up. I would have expected them to be like, hey, since we got to run this on some more powerful hardware, maybe
It's probably
maybe
going
you
to
can
happen
buy a
with
Switch
Metroid
2.
Prime 4.
Maybe.
It's probably going to happen with Metroid Prime 4. That's my guess.
Yeah, I just remembered. I think I saw somewhere, this isn't really, solid substantiated information, but according to like price listings on third-party websites that people dug up, it seems that Metroid Prime 4 is going to be going for $70 instead of $60. It's going to be a similar situation. It had been up for pre-order for like years, I believe, for $60.
Yeah, it's been, oh my gosh, that game has been in development hell forever.
Yeah, it's been a number of years since you've been able to pre-order it, and they I believe they took down pre-orders. You can't pre-order it anymore, and they're probably preparing to switch it to a larger price tag.
Switch
to Anyway, this next one I'm very excited for. I've been lobbying for them to just release it. Advance Wars 1 and 2 remake.
Hell yeah.
They've had it ready for like a year, maybe two. When was it supposed to come out, last year or the year before?
It was supposed to come out last year, correct?
Okay. Yeah, it was supposed to come out almost a year ago. And then the war in Ukraine started. And then they released it and they were like, hey guys, turns out there are some global conflicts. For the first time ever, turns out sometimes people in the world have violent conflict.
Yeah.
And I guess I understand not wanting to release it like the day the war starts, right? Because it's kind of like, hey, look how fun war is.
Yeah. Although it would have been really fucking funny, kind of.
It would have been kind of funny.
It would have been hilarious.
It would have been kind of funny. But yeah, Nintendo was like, hey, we're going to hold off on this. And then they waited just about a year until they just this week announced the release date, which I should have written it down, but I believe it's in April. It's like late April. You can fact check me on that.
Yep, that sounds right. I think it's like the April 21st.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we did it, guys. We ended war. There's no more war. We can release Advance Wars now. They announced the Metroid Prime remake, which we'll get to in a second. And they were like, hey, buy it on the eShop now or wait a couple weeks. It'll be available in stores. They should have done that with this, honestly, because it's been finished. They were ready to release it a year ago. They should have just stealth dropped it the day of.
Yeah.
I understand
done that.
Like with the Metroid Prime remake, I understand it takes time to ship the physical games out. I get that.
But it's only 2 weeks away.
Yeah. So you could just do that with Advance Wars. Like, I understand waiting a couple weeks for the physical release, but just let people buy it. Let people buy the game digitally.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's all that I have to say about it. I played most. I think I'm on the last level of the first Advance Wars game. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's a good game. I like the mechanics of it. It's just fun. It's a fun strategy game. Look, ethically, philosophically, morally speaking, it's good to pirate Nintendo games. It's good to go to certain websites and download the ROM and play it like on your phone, even if you want to.
Yeah.
Legally, I cannot condone that. I can't tell you to do that.
You can play GameCube games on your phone.
I can't even tell you that that's an option, unfortunately. So you will have to pay like $200 for a physical release of Advance Wars if you want to try it out, and then pay $60 for the remake, which includes the first 2 games.
Yeah, let me look at price charting.
Yeah.
Also, there's DS. There are DS Advance Wars games.
That's right. Yeah, they did some later installments on the DS. I have not touched those. I don't know really anything about those. All I know is the first ones on the Game Boy Advance. I do really like how they've kind of preserved the art style with the HD remaster. It looks really good. It maintains the sort of board game quality to it. I just wish they would have released it when it was supposed to come out.
Okay, so Advance Wars is the first game is $45. The second game is $33.
Yeah, so
Here.
If only emulation was an option, which it isn't because it's legally bad. I guess you'll just have to, if you want to try it out, you'll have to pay $80 for a taste of this $60 remaster.
And then the 2 DS games are about $30 to $25 each.
Oh, that's not too
Although
bad.
they don't have the same art style as the first 2 games.
Yeah, I don't know what the differences are. I don't know if they changed the gameplay at all, or anything like that. All I can speak to is the quality of really just the first one, not even the second one. But I believe the second one just carries over a lot of the same stuff. But anyway, Metroid Prime Remake. I think this is one that people have been wanting for a while.
Oh, really? We've been wanting the trilogy to be re-released.
That would
on Switch.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But although the first game is probably the best in the trilogy, anyhow, so I think people were happy with the with just getting the first one remade.
Yeah. Now, were these originally GameCube games or?
Yes, these were GameCube games.
The whole trilogy?
No. The first 2 games were GameCube games. The third one was a Wii game.
Okay, and didn't the trilogy get a re-release on Wii as like a bundle?
Yes, yeah. So you could buy the entire trilogy on Wii. It's also on Wii U digitally. So there you go. There's another suggestion. You can buy.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime Trilogy on Wii U. You should also buy Rhythm Heaven Fever on Wii U because that game is going for $150 and you can buy it for $20.
Yeah,
I hate live streamers sometimes.
Again, I really wish that piracy was an option,
but
it just isn't. It's what a world we live in. If only you could pirate things incredibly easily, but you can't. I can't tell you that you can do that.
I know, I can't tell you, and it's not like I can tell you to go to vimslair.com to, potentially get some illegal content.
Just not an option that we can condone.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said in the Advance Wars section, this one, you can buy it right now digitally on the eShop. Or if you want a physical copy, wait until the 22nd. Just wait less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a physical copy of it for sure.
Yeah, and I didn't know this, but it's $40.
Yeah, it's $40, which is good. I'm happy. That's a good price for it.
Yeah, that's decent.
The game looks really, really good. Like compared to like the original, and from what I've seen and heard online, runs at 60 FPS, no issues.
Oh, that's good.
They updated the controls so it actually performs like a regular first-person shooter.
Nice. I was gonna ask, specifically, I was gonna ask if they did sort of an implementation like they've done with other games. I like with Mario Galaxy, I believe they did a similar thing where you can either play with like the thumbsticks, like if you're playing handheld, or with like gyro controls, because it was
there is gyro.
Yeah, because it was also gyro. A Wii game.
Yes, yeah. People really like the Wii re-releases because you could aim, using the gyro, so it kind of perform like a first-person shooter. But now you have that option of, using the two sticks or using gyro, or I think you can use both too.
Okay.
So kind of play it like how like Fortnite is or Splatoon is.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I love how the first thing that I compared it to is Fortnite.
I didn't even know that Fortnite had that.
Yeah, Fortnite has gyro controls on Switch.
Wow,
Same with Apex Legends.
Oh yeah, I remember trying it now that you mention it. Yeah, it's not great. It's not a great implementation.
Great. Yeah, it's not the greatest. Just let the controller assist just do all the work for you.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, I remember trying it one time with the gyro controls, and it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
I think like to like pan the camera side to side, from what I remember, it's not like you don't like tilt the controller like that. You do it like that.
Yeah, you do it like that. Yeah,
on like a horizontal axis. It's not not good. But anyway, that's all that I wanted to talk about with the Nintendo Direct. There were other news drops, stuff that I didn't personally care about.
I mean,
stuff with Fire Emblem. There's always something with Fire Emblem. There's always
Fire Emblem. God damn.
I don't even know what Fire Emblem is.
It's a tactic. It's like Advance Wars, but weeb. It's like Advance Wars, but weeb.
That's neat, I guess. Just play Advance Wars. just play Advance Wars.
Just play Advance Wars, yeah. Yeah, so this is something that I added at the end here. So this is going on Twitter. Hyperkin, mainly known for their adapters or third-party controllers and such that are actually pretty decent. They're trying to talk with Epic Games to get official support for new Guitar Hero Rock Band controllers. And they're actually like working with the community, like the Guitar Hero Clone Hero community, and they're asking them, hey, do you guys want like an official game from Epic? Because what the hell is the company called? Oh my gosh. All right, well, I gotta go check to see what the company is called really quick. Harmonix, that's the company name. Do you want us to work with Harmonix to get a new Rock Band game, and then we'll release peripherals for it? Or do you want or do you just want like new peripherals? And it was like 50-50, and there was talk about getting like a Rock Band 4 PC port. And they're also looking at making drum controllers. So we may actually have like new Guitar Hero controllers that come out.
Nice.
Which is huge because, all the other controllers you're either finding them at Goodwill or in some other person's basement.
Right.
Or you're paying up the ass on eBay to buy one of these controllers.
Yeah. No, that would be nice. So they would just be like, they would connect with like USB, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. They would be USB.
Yeah, that would be great. Like if for no other, like even if they don't make a new Rock Band or Guitar Hero game,
if they made new controllers for them,
yeah,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, because I don't know if I would really trust them to make a good new Guitar Hero or Rock Band game.
I mean, even if they ported 4 over and like allowed you to like transfer your stuff to PC.
Yeah, well, like the thing that stands out to me is like this would be a great option. Just for emulating the old games, of course, assuming you have a legally obtained copy of like any of like the PS2 games, because that was a great series of games. They had great songs. Yeah. It was like in the heyday of Guitar Hero.
Mm-hmm.
Just give us a good, like clean way to use the controller with it, so you don't have to use like an adapter with an old one or like hodgepodge together your own Guitar Hero controller.
Yeah, like let us plug in the controller, let it be compatible with Xbox One, let it be compatible with PS4, let it be compatible with PC, let it be compatible with PS3 and Xbox 360. Mm-hmm. That's all you need. If you do that, having it be able to plug in for those five platforms, you've won the community over.
Yeah, no, that would be great. Yeah, again, even if they don't make a new game, just give us an easier
option to get new controllers. I mean, GT Games is even taking Guitar Hero controllers now.
They're not?
No, they are.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, before they didn't.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, for a long time.
And now they are. Because I think they're just like, okay, this is getting somewhat popular. People want to play this again. So
yeah, and just a few years ago, like you'd find them in like the free bin outside.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess if you're one of the proletariat like us, keep your fingers crossed for a new Guitar Hero controller, or if you're the bourgeois elite that still has an old Guitar Hero controller, I guess scalp it while you can. Jake's getting up. What's he doing?
I got the Guitar Hero Live controller. Remember the Guitar Hero Live controller?
God, I remember Guitar Hero Live. I remember it coming out and then not hearing of anyone playing it, and then seeing it on clearance sale at Meijer.
Yeah, I got this at GT Games. They still had it brand new in box. This was the Wii U version for $50.
Oh God, I forgot there was a Wii U version.
And then I also have this this PS3 one.
Yeah, no, I don't know why they moved away from the colored buttons on the controller.
I think they wanted to do something different.
Yeah, I know they were going for a more like realistic kind of look,
but it doesn't work.
It doesn't serve that kind of game. It's just that's not the kind of audience you're attracting with a Guitar Hero game.
Well, I mean, even playing it, it's awkward because like you're having to do like weird chords like this, and like you're having to do like because it's not just like like that beforehand.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, look up Guitar Hero Live controller. Yeah.
Yeah, so Guitar Hero Live at 6th fret instead of like the original like Guitar Hero and Rock Band, those are 5th fret.
Yeah.
Also, so Rock Band 4 is still getting content updates.
Really?
Yeah, that game released when I was like in high school.
Well, good on them. So good on them. Anyway, I neglected to write down anything for recommendations of the week, but I will. Oh, I do have one. The Ann Arbor Comedy Festival, Treetown Comedy Festival is coming up. The first, I believe, the first 3 days of March. Hold on, I do not have a thing for it. It's hold on. Let me. Okay, it is going to be. I think it's going to be the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of March. Just look up Treetown Comedy Festival for the exact dates. But yeah, it's going to be in Ann Arbor. So if you're in the area, go to some of the shows. So there's going to be some good lineups. We got good people here. And for me personally, I'm planning on putting this episode up the day that we're recording it. This Monday, I'm going to be at the Blind Pig. They're doing it during their comedy night. So go there if you're in the area. And while I'm on stage, while I get up, say, hey, this guy has a podcast. Hey, you know this guy has a podcast?
You know what you should do? Instead of doing your act, you should just be like, or just instead of doing.
Do you know that they talk about the Twilight movies? You like Twilight? They talk about the movie.
Instead of doing your act, just go up there and be like, hey, I have a podcast. You guys should follow me. Okay, bye.
Yeah. No, that would be a great way. That would be a great way to market. No, I'm terrified of mentioning that I have a podcast because I desperately do not want to be another white guy with a podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not a good look.
Yeah.
It's just not a good look being another white guy with a podcast.
Because then you're just diet Joe Rogan.
Yeah, no, because that's the perception. Like when you hear white guy with a podcast, you think like guy in a basement. You think of a guy in a basement trying to be Joe Rogan, trying to be Andrew Tate. Like, yeah, you know what women really want. Trust me, a single man who hates women. Trust me to know what women want. Because that's the perception, and I do not want people to see me that way. Mm-hmm. So you'll never catch me saying a podcast. So you got to do it for me. So go to the show, be like, hey, this guy has a podcast. And then I'll be like, I don't know who told that guy to say that, but it is true. I must say the allegations are true.
I've made a severe lapse in my judgment. You should just go up there instead of telling your joke. Your entire joke is reading Logan's Paul apology video.
Oh,
That's
God.
a great joke.
That reminds me. So last week we talked about Justin Roiland, and I will go into more detail on this next week. But I did mention he does. I believe what I said was he does all of the voices and half the writing for the show. He has apparently. I don't think I realized this when we recorded last week. He has not written for the show since season 3. Like he just has not gone to the writer's room.
What season even is Rick and Morty even on? I've stopped watching it.
They just concluded the 6th season.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the Blu-ray is coming out, I believe, the end of next month, and I put in my pre-order because I am a good little consumer. But anyway, yeah, I'll go into more detail on that next week. But yeah, the reason I bring that up is because it just makes my point even stronger that just fucking fire his ass. It's not worth keeping him around if he's going to make people feel unsafe, because he is a wife beater and you shouldn't be that, I think.
Why'd you say I think? You just shouldn't be.
Just in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I think beating your wife is bad, and it should not be tolerated in any industry, especially one that is so focused on personality and the person making the fucking thing. Anyway, I think that's everything.
Yeah.
I will say this isn't a recommendation so much as a small brag, but I did go up north recently for the Traverse City Comedy Festival, and I did visit a certain someone in this room.
Oh, yeah?
In a metaphorical sense. And we went to GT Games, and I am now the proud owner of the Burger King video game trilogy for the Xbox Xbox 360.
With one of them being sealed.
Yeah, one of them is sealed.
You should get that graded.
I should. Along with my copy of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody for the Game Boy Advance. Sealed, complete in box. But yeah, those games were $4 each, and now for the low price of $12 plus tax.
Let me go on.
I am now.
Let me go on.
The proud owner of the complete set of the dumbest games ever made.
Are you sure? I'm collecting every single Ratatouille game that's ever come out.
Okay, that might be on par.
Of course, there is price history for a graded copy of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. $16. A brand new copy is $15.
Hey, so that's more than I paid for.
$1 more. And what's the other one? Which Burger King game is sealed?
Oh, let me go look. Hold on, I'll play some hold music.
From Baby Take a Bow to Curly Top
it's
and
always
Heidi,
this.
America's favorite little darling, Shirley Temple, white and in color.
All right, I'm back.
Hello, welcome back.
I will lead up to the sealed one. So I got Sneak King,
that's the one that I have sealed.
That's the one that I want to play the most because I've actually seen gameplay of it. The other ones I have no idea what I guess one's a racing game. But yeah, I got Pocket Bike Racer. It has the Burger King and some woman on the cover. And now we got hold on, let me find an appropriate sound. All right, I guess this will do. We got Big Bumpin' sealed complete in box for the Xbox and the Xbox 360.
Okay, so a brand new version of that game is $4.29. It's $4.29.
Hey, I came out on top.
A graded copy is $4.72. You get 50 cents more with a graded copy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. This is pretty. That's I paid less than that for it, so I came out on top financially. I could make like a 70-cent profit if I get this graded.
I don't think you can even buy anything with that.
But honestly, just owning it is priceless.
It is.
So, you know what? This is a recommendation. Go out and collect the dumbest, cheapest things that you can find. I love having every version of the dumbest things.
And I love having multiple different versions of the Ratatouille video game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, the thing that I like about what I collect, stupid video game things, and just stupid things in general, is the cheapness of it. I like going to bargain bins, seeing what kind of weird things I can find. Actually, while I was there, I also picked up Beavis and Butthead, the Mike Judge Collection Volume 2, and Queen, the Making of A Night at the Opera, both for UMD, both for the PlayStation Portable.
They also have Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon for UMD.
Nice. Yeah, they also had a Dave Chappelle special there, which I should have picked up, honestly. But yeah, these were each $3. And now
that was in their bargain bin.
Yeah, and they're actually in surprisingly good condition because no one ever bought them and no one ever used them. They had a sealed movie. They had a sealed movie in the bargain bin for a couple of dollars just because it came out on the format no one used.
You know what? I'm sure if you bought that, I'm sure that game would probably, or I'm sure that movie would probably be worth more than what you paid for.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you remember what movie it was?
I do not know. I don't remember.
Okay,
all I remember is it had Harrison Ford on the cover. I think it was called something like Star Wars. I don't know. No, it wasn't that. But yeah, maybe next time while I'm up, if it's still there, which it very well might be, maybe I'll pick it up.
Okay, so which Beavis and Butthead did you get?
It's Beavis and Butthead, the Mike Judge Collection, Volume 2.
Volume 2, okay. So a complete box copy is $11.50.
Hey, that's a pretty good margin.
Yeah.
So anyway, go out, spread your wings, collect dumb, stupid things as long as they're cheap. I only take issue with it when it's way too expensive. Actually, speaking of, this, I wouldn't classify this as dumb, but it is a fun little novelty that I could only pick up today in the circumstance that I was in. So I was getting a flu shot, and I love comic books. I collect them. I got this copy. It didn't come in the bag and board. I put it in that, but it's Avengers Everyday Heroes, sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
What?
It's a one shot about it's not about the Avengers. It features the Avengers. It's really about the everyday heroes, the people that make vaccines and administer them, and all that. It's fun. It's a fun little story. It's just a throwaway thing, like to distract kids while you give them a flu shot. But yeah, it's not something that I will be able to get in the future. It's not like they're gonna keep a supply of those. It's not gonna be, to be clear, it's not gonna be worth money, right?
They're on eBay already. They're on eBay for $12, $13.
I should have taken two.
Labeled as quote rare.
Rare. Okay, listen. Listen. Okay, I can drive back to Rite Aid and look, they'll probably let me take more just if I ask. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, you sent a listing. Okay, the listing. It is rare, all caps, ! Avengers #1 Everyday Heroes Pfizer giveaway NM Plus.
New Mint Plus.
Yes. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's so rare, but you can buy 3 or more.
You can buy 1 for $13.99, or you can buy 3 for $12.59 each in case you want to buy in bulk. But listen, okay, Maybe it's just the location I happen to be at.
Oh, but dude, you can buy a lot of 5 of them for $25.
Jesus. Okay, listen. Maybe it's just the location I happen to go to. But they had a pretty big pile of those in the vaccination room. And like to my knowledge, we're late into flu season. So a lot of the audience has already come and gone. I don't know if I'd classify it as rare, is all I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know if I would pay. I don't know if I'd pay the price of 3 regular issues of the Avengers for this giveaway. Really, this thinly veiled propaganda, good propaganda for a good cause, but thinly veiled propaganda. What are you looking at? What's catching your eye?
Sorry, I'm looking at like pumping up arcade parts.
You know what? I should go back for another flu shot tomorrow and just pick up like 3 or 4 of these. Yeah, that tickles me. I had no idea that they would be selling for anything on eBay. Now I'm glad that I bagged and boarded it.
Yeah, because now it's really rare.
Anyway, you got any more recommendations?
Yeah, I've got a recommendation. Mod your Steam Deck. Or not mod your Steam Deck. Install EmuDeck on your Steam Deck.
Yeah,
so you can do emulation.
Yeah, I need to look more into emulation because like the N64 emulator that I use isn't available on Linux, and I have not looked into it much further. But I do want to play through Ocarina of Time again on my Steam Deck. So yeah, that's something to look into later. Anyway, you got anything else before we close it out?
No, I don't think I got anything else.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Bold of You to Say. If you liked it, then like it. If you subscribe, then subscribe. And if you comment, it better be nice, okay? It better be nice. Oh, actually, Jake, plug your things. Plug where you are on the internet.
Yeah, so I recently changed everything. So you can pretty much find me everywhere at AziRaccoon.
Yep, previously Azzy_rivals. Erase that from your mind. Get that name out of your mouth. And I will update the links in the description for his various platforms. All right, now, thank you for listening to another episode of What Have You Say. If you liked it, then like it. If you subscribed, then subscribe. And if you comment, it better be nice. And follow me on social media. Follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, on
follow
Tumblr.
Him in real life.
Yeah, follow me home. Follow me to my car. Follow me.
He has a loaded gun.
To all the shady places that I go. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Clips channel. Subscribe to subscribe to Thrill Seeker. Subscribe to Thrill Seeker for the latest of VR news. And tell him that we sent you. It will mean nothing to him, but it'll be nice to know that he heard our names. Share the show with a friend. Tweet our episodes. Tweet our clips. And play the show out loud at work. Play it for unwilling audiences. Convert them to our ways, or else I will cry, I think. Leave us a review on Podchaser. That's like an IMDb type site for podcasts. Leave us a review on Spotify, on Apple, wherever you can if you want. Or again, leave us nice comments only. Leave us a comment on YouTube, or I don't know, wherever. Leave us a review on whatever platform hasn't been invented yet, but we're gonna be on in the future, because we will live forever. And with that, have a good 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., our official business hours. And let's get the hell out of here. Get the flu shot. Just do it, you pussy.